All right, we are about to get started. We have another 20 seconds. And yes, you are in the right place. All right. So good morning and welcome. All right. This will be an exciting morning. And in a moment, you will see why. So let's see. Who here wants to make money with trading? Come on, give me a yes if you want to make money with trading. All right. And who here wants to make enough money with trading so that you can quit your job and make a nice part-time or full-time income? All right. And who here wants to make so much money with trading that you can travel the world and live the lifestyle you always dreamed about? Yes, absolutely. So, how many of you want to get as much as possible out of our time together here today? Yes, I did that for you because for most of you here with us today, this is going to be a long-term relationship between us, I promise you. Because once I show you how simple this is, once I show you an easy way to trade, once you realize that this actually works, once you realize that you can do this too, once you see that this can give you the freedom that you want, you will want to hang out with me for a lifetime. I promise you that. So here's what we're going to talk about today. Today, we are going to talk about the VIX. In a moment, I'll show you what the VIX is and how to trade it. And of course, we're looking at the markets live. Sounds good? All right, fantastic. So first of all, let's take a look at the markets and let's see what's going on today. In the upper left-hand corner, you see the E-mini S&P. And as you can see right now, shortly before the open, we're slightly down pretty much around the unchanged mark. Same applies for the NASDAQ that we have here in the top middle, and also for the Dow that we have in the top right. And we'll talk about the Dow here in a moment because that is definitely the market that is on fire right now. But let's move on. In the lower left-hand side, we have crude oil. And as you can see, crude oil moved a little bit up in the overnight trading. So these were during the London trading hours. Right now, it is pulling back a little bit. So we're down 0.7% approximately below yesterday's close right now. So we are trading around the $49 barrel level again. And it seems that crude oil cannot break the $50 a barrel. All right, gold here slightly this morning, you see with 0.3%, and bonds in the lower right-hand corner also pretty much unchanged because this is what we see in the indices. And again, there's a strong correlation between the indices and gold and bond that are considered the safe haven. So usually when the indices are up, gold and the bonds are down and the other way around. When the indices are down, then gold and bonds, which are considered the safe havens, are usually pointing up. All right, cool. So let's take a look at the Dow Jones here right now. So the Dow Jones, as you know, is just on fire. It is making new record highs pretty much every day. It has made new highs in the last 9 out of 10 trading sessions, and this is what you see here. It's just straight marching up. Now, I marked the levels that are important, the 20,000, the 21,000, and the 22,000 level. And what you see here at the bottom of the chart is the VIX. So let's talk about the VIX here a little bit. Because there was a great question, and I'll bring up the notepad here, that we had in one of the previous Coffee for Markus. And somebody wants to know, how do you trade the VIX this morning? Just quickly see. All right, good. So first of all, what is the VIX? The VIX is the volatility. Okay, this will be a different volatility index. It measures the volatility of the markets. The volatility index has been introduced by the CBOE, the Chicago Board of Options, and so it basically takes all the implied volatility in the options and then gives us an index of how volatile the market is. The volatility index is also called the fear index. And what does that mean? It means if the VIX is high, okay, this is when there's a lot of fear in the markets. And if the VIX is low, it means that there is no fear. And what fear is it? The fear of a crash. This is what we're talking about, okay? The fear that the stock market is going down. So let's take a look at the VIX right here on the bottom of the screen. As you can see, pretty much for all of this year, the VIX has been trading. Oh, I probably should point it out so that you know where we are. So we are talking about this purple line here that we have at the bottom of the chart. So as you can see, for this year, the VIX has definitely been below 15. I just want to mark here the 15 level so that you see it almost close enough. Let's be accurate here. It's 14.90. I want to be at 15 exactly. So this means that the VIX is rather low. And as you can see right now, the VIX is trading at around 10. So as of this morning, or as of yesterday, we are at 10. This is extremely low and shows us how complacent the markets are right now. So nobody is concerned that the market is crashing right now. And you see, there's always a strong correlation when the market starts to go down, that fear is going up. Do you see it here? The market was going down, and right here, the VIX was spiking. During this time here, let me just mark this here on the chart as well. During this time, at some point, market participants were concerned that we might actually roll over below 20,000 in the Dow again, and you see that the VIX was spiking up here. But then as the market moved higher, the VIX was again dropping back low. So let's also go back this year. By the way, when you see the VIX spiking here tremendously, let's talk about this here very briefly. So what do you think was this incident here, where the fear index in the market was spiking up like crazy? Look at this, it was going up to 25. What do you think was this event here? Any idea? Neil got it. Okay, Neil was the first. It was the election in the United States. Exactly. So during the election, I mean, when we had the election, he thought if either one wins, and I think they were most concerned that if Trump wins, that the stock market will spiral down. And then you know that as soon as the election results were in, the market started rallying. It was dubbed as the Trump rally here that we see up there. Okay, but yes, there was a lot of uncertainty, and again called the fear and negative crash. Now let's go back a little bit in time here before we go back to how to trade this and if you can trade this and how to do this. So as you can see, whenever the market starts crashing and market participants are concerned that now the market will crash, the volatility in the implied volatility in options explodes, and therefore the VIX index goes up. Now, if you look back over most of 2015, as you can see in 2015, when the markets were all over the place, the VIX was actually trading anywhere between 25 and 35, okay? So right now, for this year, the VIX has been trading below 15. What does this mean? There's no fear. And it also means that right now, market participants are complacent, and there's absolutely no signs of the horizon that this rally will stop anytime soon, especially when you look at the VIX. You see, when the market is going sideways for a little bit, as it did here, then the VIX starts creeping up. So it crept up here to 12 at approximately, right? But anyhow, then the markets kept going higher and the VIX dropped down again. So the key question is right now, let me just bring up the notepad, because this is what somebody asked in a previous Coffee for Markets action. How can you trade the VIX? First of all, there is a so-called ETF, an exchange traded funds, that is mirroring the VIX. So you can trade it mirroring the VIX. And so somebody asked in one of the previous sessions, okay, right now, should you buy call options on this ETF betting that the VIX will go up again. Let me just make the notepad here a little bit smaller. Oops, I made it disappear. Boom, I'm magic. There we go. And what I wanted to do is I just wanted to make it a little bit smaller. So the key question, or the question was, oops, question, should I buy calls, which basically means, i.e., betting that the VIX will go up because, yes, because it is at historic lows. Well, here's the deal. You see, we're also in the stock market at historic highs, and there's absolutely no sign right now that this will stop anytime soon. Obviously, the market cannot go up forever. Obviously, at some point, we might have correction here. But when will it be? I mean, let's talk about what is influencing the markets right now. A whole lot. We have earnings coming out. I mean, we just completed a round of earnings season, and all the earnings were pretty good. We just had the jobs report released last Friday, and the jobs report, no surprises there. It is exactly in line with the expectations. Economic reports that are being released here right now, if you look at the economic calendar, are pretty much in line with the expectations. There are no surprises. So what could actually make the market move here? This is if the Fed makes any crazy decision regarding interest rates, but they haven't. You know that the Fed is extremely careful. So right now we have a probability of just above 50% that interest rates will be raised again in December. So this is what market participants are expecting right now. Nothing before this, and therefore the stock market might just continue to climb up as it did for this year. If it continues to climb up, the VIX will remain that low, and so this is where it is extremely challenging to trade the VIX. I personally believe that there are way easier ways to trade the markets. So one of the ways, as you know, I like to use our software, the PowerX Analyzer, to find the stocks that are outperforming all the time. And here's what I want to show you just really quick. Let's go here to finance.yahoo.com. Let's go there for a minute. Okay, and as you will see, every single day, no matter what the overall market does, and I'm just waiting here for a minute to load, I want to scroll down here to the right-hand side, there are always some stock gainers and some stock losers. As you can see today, as of pre-market here, we have PDCE that is dropping around 8%. We have EXPD that's dropping around 5%. And QVCA, which is the QVC group, dropping around 8%. Okay, we also have some winners, where here, as you can see, Twilio right now up around 10% pre-market. So what else do we have here? VRX, Valiant Pharmaceuticals. So as you can see, VRX, that's interesting because that's also a PowerX stock that is coming up quite frequently. So as you can see, every single day, no matter what the markets does, there are individual stocks that are either dramatically moving up or dramatically moving down. And with our PowerX Analyzer, this is exactly what we are trying to find. So this is where we have the scanner that is doing the job for you, and our optimizer that is basically narrowing down the whole universe of stocks. I believe we have a total of 41,000 stocks that are being scanned here to come up with the best opportunity. So this is where, for today, PowerX Analyzer has spit out a few stocks, and these are the ones that I want to look at with you together. So as an example, we have BNAC. So BNAC right now is showing a buy signal, and BNAC, I've traded it in the past based on the signals here, and it has worked really, really well. If you look at the past performance, this is where we see we had a total of 15 trades over the past year. 9 trades were winning trades, 6 trades were losing trades. So we're looking at a winning percentage of 60%, and the profit target is 5 times higher than the stop loss. So we're risking $1 trying to make $5.46, okay? So that is pretty good. I like this a lot. And right now it is showing a buy signal. Now, what do I do exactly when I'm looking for potential candidates here? First of all, I want to see that I don't have a lot of black on the chart, that most of the chart is red and green. And as you can see, it is. You also see that recently we had some nice trends in BNAC. So this is why right now, this is one of the stocks that I consider for trading today, going long here in BNAC, as PowerX Analyzer says, buy to open at 2081. Let's take a look at a few more that have been spit out here by the analyzer. We have KEM, for example. KEM, that's a stock that I'm not too interested in, and here's why. I mean, if you look at the performance here right now, we had a total of 16 trades. We only had 5 winning trades and 11 losing trades. We're risking around $3 trying to make $10. So we're looking at a risk-reward ratio of 1 to 3. Now, let me ask you, just here, and you see this is how I do the analysis. So PowerX analysis. Okay. So if you have BNAC, and BNAC is showing you a 60% win percentage, and it shows you a risk-reward ratio, risk/reward ratio of 1 to 5, right? So you're risking $1 trying to make 5, and then on the other hand, you have KEM, and KEM is showing you a winning percentage of 31%, winning percentage, and your risk-reward ratio, it's not ration, but for our Canadian friends, no, I'm just kidding. Okay, of 1 to 3 approximately. So which of these two would you rather trade? Would you rather trade BNAC or KEM? Come on, it's so obvious, right? So PowerX Analyzer does a great job of narrowing it down, and now you just do a quick run through, which will take you less than 5 minutes. I mean, you see how we do it here in just a few minutes and say which one are the best candidates here. So obviously, out of these two, BNAC is the better one. So KEM, I just right mouse click on it and can remove it from the scanner and look at the next one. So OPB, Opus Bank, is another one. It's interesting. I see Bank of California as a buy signal. This has a sell signal here. So here, overall, look at this. That's another pretty interesting one. So we have a total of 13 trades, a winning percentage of 53%, risk-reward ratio of around 9 to 1. Now, keep in mind that recently, this stock has not moved as nicely as it did before. So if I can choose between BNAC, look at this, that has nice trends, even though they're short-lived, that's fine. I mean, short trends, great. And OPB that had some really great trends earlier this year, but right now is rather flatlining. Which one would you choose? No, it's a no-brainer, right? BNAC. But let's take a look at 2 others here that came up. So this is here, PRTY. Now, PRTY, also think this is an interesting one. So let's just bring up the notepad here again and compare this to BNAC. Okay, so let's get rid of KEM. That's nothing that we want to do. So PRTY. So what do we have here? We have 9 wins, 11 losses. So we have a 45% winning percentage, which again, it's nice. Almost every other trade is a winning trade. We have a few more losing trades than winning trades. But here's the deal. If you look at the risk-reward ratio, okay, risk-reward ratio. So here we have a risk-reward ratio of approximately 1 to 2. So it's not great as BNAC, but here we have a lot of trades. The average trade length is only 13. So I would consider this another possible candidate here. Again, right now, BNAC is definitely looking stronger. But let's take a look at the last one, W, which is Wayfair. Now, here's what I don't like about the stock. As you can see, it was flatlining for most of the time here, and now it has crawled up a little bit. It has shown a little bit black, but you know what? Let's just run the numbers. So looking at the numbers, we can take a quick look at it. And again, when you do the analysis, you don't have to write it down. I mean, you can just look at it very quickly. So if you look at W, we have, what is it? We have a 56% winning percentage, and we have a risk reward ratio of, what do we have? We're risking $13. So we're looking at a risk reward ratio of 1 to 1.5 approximately. And again, if you want, you can use a calculator and try it exactly. This is the quick run through that I do, because this is how I find the best stocks to trade in only 5 minutes a day. Now, if you have these three options right now, if you look at these three options, which are the one that you are most likely to trade? Which one do you like? Let's see. Let me go to the best question box here. Okay, so BNAC, everybody says BNAC. Okay, fantastic, right. So right now for today, I agree, the best choice would probably be BNC. So there's definitely a stock that I will look at. But you see, this is how easy and how simple it is if you have the right tools. So how did we get there? Well, we get from trading the VIX. I personally think instead of hoping that the VIX eventually will go up, and I mean, this could be a crapshoot. I mean, below 15 for quite a while. It can stay below 12 for quite a while, right? So instead of doing a bet here, like basically in Vegas, hoping that it goes up, why wouldn't you use a powerful tool like PowerX Analyzer, rely on data, and then based on data, make the best decision? Let's go back to BNAC here, because this is where also you see, okay, the average length that you are in a trade is 16 days. Okay, so about what, a little bit over 2 weeks. That's what I like to do. I like to be in and out of a trade rather quickly. I don't want to tie up my money in the markets for a long time. And this is what you would do if you would bet on the VIX. I mean, will the VIX go above, what, 15 in the next 2 weeks? I don't know. You see, there's no historical data that supports it at all. So this is, you might have to tie it up for 3, 4, 5, 6 months, because yes, eventually the VIX will go up again, because the market might show a correction here. But I mean, right now, I think the easier way to trade, at least for me, and the more scientific way to trade, the simpler way to trade, is looking here at what PowerX Analyzer spits out, and then just say, you know what, let's trade BNAC. If you don't want to trade the stocks, you can click on the options tab, and you see right now the 3 best options for trading it. You see we have 30 days to expiration. We have 3 possible strike prices, and all you need to do right now is look at, first of all, the entry price. So for this first option, which is the conservative one, you're paying $2.62. Now keep in mind, options are coming in 100 packs, so it would be $260. You're risking $1.07, so you're risking $107, trying to make $467. Do you like that? Let me write this down for you. Okay, so if we go to BNAC, and I'm moving this a little bit out of the way so that we see BNAC. So if you do not want to trade the stock, let's talk about the options. First of all, conservative option. And here the question is, so the entry price is $266. This is the entry price that you have to put on. You risk 107, and you're trying to make the possible reward here. You're trying to make $467. Do you like this? Or do you like the medium aggressive option? Medium aggressive option. So here you would have to bring to the table $152. The risk that we are anticipating here, and this is what you see here, $85.85, again, times 100. So here we're talking about $85, and the potential reward is $385. Okay. Third, the aggressive way to trade this, the aggressive option, would be you only bring $57 to the table. You would risk $43, and the reward here is $232. Okay. Now, this option is the least likely to happen. So this is why I do not like to trade aggressive at all. I don't like to trade aggressively, okay, because the odds are against. So I like to choose between option number 1 and 2. So what do you like? Do you like to bring to the table $262, risking $107 out of the 262, trying to make 467, or do you like to bring $152 to the table, risking $85 of this 152, and possibly make 385? Well, that's a question that you can answer very, very easily. Let me check better. Which one do you like better? Do you like option 1 better or option 2? Which one do you like? Okay. All right. Some say 1, some say 2. Exactly. Because this is where it depends on you. But we are giving you the data to make it easy for you to make a data-driven decision. You're not trading on your gut feeling. Like, oh, I think the stock market might crash. No, you are trading here data-driven. So it's a more scientific approach, at least for me, right? And it's easier for me and simple to make the best trading decision. So this is basically what I wanted to. Watching the recording, that's it. So I'm going to stop the recording here. If you are here live at Coffee with Markus, I will hang out for a few more minutes and answer a few more questions. Now, the recording of this, as always, will be posted on our website under rockwelltrading.com/coffee. rockwelltrading.com/coffee. This is where you can access the recording, as well as all the other recordings that we have here. There's also a link to register to join us live. So if you are watching the recording, please join us live. Be here with us. As you can see, it's just a 20, maybe 30 minutes in the morning, and I'll hang out here for a few more minutes and answer questions for those of you that are here live. For those of you who are watching the recording, all the best to you, and I hope to see you soon live.